So you got clout. So you got clout. I'm on now. I'm on now. Hey, so you got clout. So you got clout. I'm on now. Say I'm on now. Hey, got to celebrate life. And that's alright. Know what I do. Yeah, I can't been working so hard. They're supporting the couples out of these moves. Let me hit snooze. Time for me to get up. Get buzz. I ain't got time to be stuck. You been discovered, but so many tickets up. It's been an honor to don't believe in luck.
Because around that time, because I was kind of going through like my own breakups, to be honest, you know what I mean?
Right.
I kind of connected to the heartbreak he was kind of feeling underneath the surface, you know, of losing a friend and losing people that you thought would be in your life all this time. So I was really using like some real life emotions within that, you know what I'm saying? But he was just a very resilient person. Like he was just somebody who wanted more out of his life and his situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like and I love that they made him not a stereotype. Like in the script, it was that his room was very clean and very put together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very organized. And even on the TV, he was listening to like Susie Orman and the Money Channel and stuff. And even the prop guys, they asked me like, well, what type of stuff do you want in his room? I was like, can we get some books? Like, so we had Rich Dad, Poor Dad in the book. So in one of the episodes, episode 7, when Russell comes to my room, he picks up the book and like,
right.
You know, I thought the room was going to be, that was me saying I wanted that element in there because, so I just love that he was, I never want to play a stereotype.
Okay.
And so I felt like that was a big shift in what people saw him as on the surface versus who he really was underneath. Yeah. You know, and I think we all can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know.
And who is Kadeuce, like off the corner, you know, outside of this who people think he is? Who is Kadeuce?
Kadeuce is,
matter of fact, before you answer that, do you think it's possible I could speak to Kadeuce?
Nigga, no. But you know what? I think all characters are a part of us, like in some way, shape, or form. They're just a version of us.
You got to draw
in
from
those
somewhere.
Circumstances, if you will. You know what I mean? Like I think that like acting is kind of like being a medium. Like, have you ever seen Ghost?
No.
With Whoopi Goldberg?
No, I ain't never seen that. I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
You're canceled. Get out.
Get out. All right, let's go. Interview's over. Podcast over.
Seriously. No, but no, it's kind of like, I feel like, you know, like, in the movie, like these ghosts, she can hear ghosts or whatever, and then sometimes they can like jump into her body and like she'll be them.
She becomes that ghost,
right, or whatever. And so I feel like in a way that's kind of what acting is. It's like we're using our physicality and our minds and our bodies and our, you know, emotions for these other characters. And my interpretation of a character is going to be, okay, that's who I would be, or how I would react, or not how I react, but just how my characterization of what Kadeuce was. Like your characterization of him would be in just your version because you're you. Yeah. And the things you bring from your own life experiences and stuff. So I don't know if that answered the question, but
no, I get it. Okay, so let me go back a little bit. So who is Kadeuce then? On the person. How did you bring him to life? Who is he?
He is somebody who felt like he was a very smart kid. He's somebody who felt like he was a burden to everybody growing up and felt like he always wanted to be loved and cared about and appreciated. And I think the reason why he connected to Brenton, even on a friendship level, was that like that was the only person that saw him as more than just being a burden, which is what he says. Right. And he's a survivor, really, you know. And he's also very intelligent. And what I loved, another reason I wanted to have the books and stuff, and even talking to Vina Sood, our show creator, was that shout out to Vina Sood. Thank you so much. She's really been great. But is that if he was born in any other neighborhood, he would be like top of his class. Mm-hmm. He'd be like, you know, valedictorian or something like that. But because he was raised and grew up in Jersey City, the only options that he felt like he had was to sell drugs in order to get out. But he never, in his heart, subscribe to that for real, for real. It was just a means to get out, which is why he had the Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he said in the scene in episode 7, I got plans. One day I'm gonna own my own ranch someday, you know. And he wanted to do real estate. Yeah, you know, it was he never believed that was for him. He just had to put on a mask. Yeah, to get by. Right, exactly. And I think a lot of young men do that out here. You know. No,
that's what I was going to say. Now that part I resonated with the most. You know, because I can appreciate anybody wanting more and not being content with whatever you have, because no matter where you are, I feel like you can always, if you want more, you can have more. So the fact that he wasn't limiting himself to just like being on the corner and being who everybody thought he was on the outside, I like that. That was probably my favorite part that you brought to the character.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, for real. Let me see. Was this project, I know, unfortunately, no season 2. Right. But you got what you were supposed to get out of it. Do you feel like you did, or do you feel like, was it everything you thought it was going to be? Or?
In terms of what?
As far as like the experience and like just the relationships that you made, of course, everybody loves it. We always could have gone on longer, but just the experience of it. Was it everything that you thought it would be and wanted? Or?
Yeah, the experience was, it was the best experience I've probably had so far. But it was just how everything happened, like how all the stuff in my personal life was going awry, and then my professional life is taking off. It's like the trip, me even being in New York filming, which got me out of Atlanta around certain toxic environments. You know what I'm saying? It was just great to just be just away. You know what I mean? And that's why I always have a love for New York now, because it's just, I say that's like where I grew up. Like I feel like, even though I was 25, I really wasn't 25. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But I feel like through the process of filming the show and then just, like I said, living in New York, I grew up.
You feel like you became a man in New York?
Yeah.
Was that your first time there?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
But it was just a transformative experience. And also learning that, you know, this where I was supposed to be there. All that doubt that you kind of had in the beginning. And I wish I would have accepted it sooner, because, you know, you're never going to be 100% ready, quote unquote. It's just, you just got to do it. And so I learned a lot from it. So yeah.
Anything you wish you could have done while you had the opportunity? As far as being on that set? Anything you guys wish you could have did more of in a moment that you know?
Well, if I could think back to it, I would have probably asked in the scene where I got beat up in the bathroom in the last episode. I wish I would have had like a knife with me or something. Like I would have asked props, like, can I get a knife so I could like show that I didn't just get my ass beat.
Yeah, give me a little fight.
But then also, I think, and I was thinking about this the other day. I wish it was a couple of scenes where I wish I would have showed less on my face. Like even less, just really just had like a blank expression of really, you know, but those are little things, you know, but I could justify them in different ways. Yeah. But also I wish I would have requested that the writers add, like, you know, when they did the little montage when the song was playing at the end of like where everybody was doing, I would have asked, hey, can we add a scene where I'm like on the bus, like looking out of the window or something, like, you know, one of those type of shots where it's like I have a hopeful ending, so to speak. I don't know, but
how did the ending make you feel?
You know, honestly, I think that actually the ending was supposed to be slightly different than what we got. Really? This is an exclusive.
I got another one. We got another exclusive.
No, the ending, actually the Hispanic officer Osario, who killed Nadine, he actually killed himself in the end. Like they shot the scene and everything, and then they ended up taking it out for whatever reason. But yeah, like he actually, it was that was like a big thing that he like felt so guilty that he just decided he killed himself while they were like on a job or whatever.
And you don't know why they took that out. such is life. But we got a good show anyway. It was a good series.
But I do wish that have you ever seen Shaft?
Yeah.
With Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Remember at the end how like Christian Bale's character got off?
Yeah.
And then like his Mekhi Phifer's mom ended up killing him.
Mm-hmm.
I wish something like that would have happened. So like we would have had a Get Out type of ending.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Because I think that it was so real. Like it got a very realistic ending, but I think people would have really like enjoyed it a lot more had it had that like exactly like that's what we fucking wanted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I think that would have really sent it over, and that was also on the table too. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I can't. Not gonna get me in trouble.
I get it because Get Out did give you that moment of relief with him not going to jail,
right? Exactly.
Getting killed. But with 7 Seconds, it was like, man, this shit is. I'm watching the news. I'm not even watching.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's my only thing that I would change about the whole show was just that the ending. Like, okay, let him get off, but like let there be some type of justice, some type of consequence that we saw right then and there, and but yeah, I thought.
But do you think it was kind of open ended like that because it was a chance you guys would come back for season 2?
Well, see, from my understanding, because it's a limited series,
right.
So season 2 would have been a whole new case. So it wasn't going to be Brenton Butler.
Okay.
Season 2, it was going to be like something else. But they would have still been in the same universe. Mm-hmm. So basically, in the background, they might
appear.
Right, it could have been like, oh, the officer is shot once he got out or something like that, but it wasn't.
That's something they would have dwelled on. It wouldn't have been a plot line, really.
Maybe in a secondary plot line, but it would have been something totally different. Yeah.
That's alright. Yeah, I ain't been working so hard, they supporting the companies out of these moves. Let me hit snooze, time for me to get up, get bust. I ain't got time to be stuck. You been the skipper, but so many tickets up. It's been an honor, the blessing, I don't believe in luck. I'm ready for my son, yeah.